All right, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by saying, Call Halayim La, Alahayinawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, Ma'amaf. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the word angrily and willingly called God of Jehovah. Bahashem meaning in the name of. Yahweh Shai meaning he who delivers, who the word eagerly and willingly called JC today. I want to give a double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. I want to give another double honor to my elder as well, Ahar One being Sha'Allah of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the 144,000 hopeful elect, pushing this truth across the four winds, and to the 1/3 remnant believers on Yahweh Shemel Shah, Shalom, Shalom. It's going to be a quick lesson, a quick lesson. Don't know what it's going to be titled yet, but I'm going to get straight into it. But it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and verse 17. For behold, I create a new heaven and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. So, right, the Lord is going to make all things new. He's going to create a new heaven and a new earth. You see what I'm saying? So, right now, the earth is not yielding forth its fruits because you got these devils destroying the earth and trying to figure out ways to destroy the earth, via creating like all these GMOs. You got fake animals out there. I read an article about how these devils, they basically created a whole bunch of fake salmon and released the salmon, and the salmon just went to go eat the fake salmon, went to go eat the real salmon. You see what I'm saying? Or you got this devil, a plant, hella male trees and no female trees. You see what I'm saying? So it's just a whole bunch of pollen shooting in the air and everybody getting sick. And then on top of that, he's spraying these chemtrails all over the earth. You see what I'm saying? Then he'll take his giant, things and pin the earth basically and suck up all the oil out of the earth. He'll suck all the minerals out of the earth and use it for his own gain, man. So you got the earth weak to the point where it's hella trash in the ocean. You got animals beaching themselves because it's so much plastic in the ocean, basically. But the Lord said, for behold, I create a new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come to mind. So, right, we're not going to remember it because, what it says, 1,000 years to the Lord is one day. So imagine living and dwelling with the Lord for a whole eternity. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to be telling our children stories about, what happened and how we overcame Babylon, Lord. Well, I'm a part of that number. And the brothers that diligently seek the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah. But at the end of the day, we're not going to be worried about it because there's always going to be something, in the Lord's kingdom. He said he went to prepare a place for us. So there's always going to be something in the Lord's kingdom. Always going to be something new to, to basically, the word I'm thinking, the word I'm looking for. There's always going to be something new to conquer or something new to find out or, But it says, verse 18, but be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. Right, he went to prepare a place for us. Via these planets and these universes, there's always going to be something to explore in the Lord's kingdom. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing and her people a joy. Right, he said, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing and her people a joy. So God and the Israelites, these are the things that the Lord is bringing to us. Jacob's blessing, basically. Verse 19, and I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying, right? Because you got the whole world mourning, basically, and they trying to, basically cope. They use the world to cope with the mourning. So, you'll see a nigga that basically been mourning his whole life, going through it, ain't never had shit. So now when he wake up, he got to put all his chains on just to go to the gas station or whatever the case may be. Or he got to, be the cleanest just to go somewhere. Like that. It's a song basically saying that we by Rafe, the high behind the high, these stars or something like that. And we rock all this ice to hide behind these scars or something like that. I believe it's a Meek Mill song. But basically, the whole world is mourning and they trying to figure out a way to cope with it, whether it be drugs or whether it be fashion, whether it be, sex or whatever the case may be. People just trying to settle in this earth, but they don't actually understand that the reason that they mourning is because that the wicked is in power. And it says, verse 19, and I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that have not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, and the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed, right? So, our people are never going to die. We're never going to, go through it again. But it says, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. You see what I'm saying? That's if that. I don't even know if that's talking about Esau. Salakia, this is not my phone, and I don't know how to put it on D&D. But the sinner, Esau, I don't know how. I don't even know if they're gonna even make it to 100 years old. But the Lord gonna have some that the house Edomites that make it, but they're gonna be accursed because they're not gonna be had the law, statutes, commandments in them. So they're still gonna be going through it in the flesh, or whatever case may be. Or you might have an Edomite that had get beat into submission when he was 15 years old, or whatever case may be, and still be suffering from it. When we ain't gonna have those problems. We're not gonna be crying. There ain't gonna be no more pain, because we're gonna have law, statutes, commandments written in us. That's gonna be Jacob's blessing. But it says, verse 21. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. Right? It was a curse that we wasn't going to be able to do this. So when we was enslaved, basically, we had to go through the curses, and we was building houses for these devils. Negroes built the White House. We was, planting their gardens and pruning. What it says: the plowman shall overtake the reaper. We was the ones doing all the farming, and these devils got rich off of it. Off the tobacco, selling it to the other nations, basically. And these other nations benefited from our slavery, basically. And it says, verse 21, they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. So this is what's going to happen in our kingdom. We're going to be able to, rest is going to be allowed. We're going to be able to chill, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Verse 22, they shall not build and another inhabit, they shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and my elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. Right, it says the Lord's elect going to enjoy the work of their hands, man. You see what I'm saying? Not worship the work of our hands, but we're going to enjoy it. Like rest going to be allowed. You see what I'm saying? We're going to create a blueprint and say, yeah, I want my house built like this. And I wanted to be set up with this certain amount of stones and in this color or whatever the case may be, and then give it to the goddamn Hamite and let the Hamite basically do what it do. You see what I'm saying? Put Ham over Esau ass and make them work basically. You see what I'm saying? They gonna build houses and not inhabit them and plant vineyards and not inhabit and not eat the fruit thereof. They had their turn. Like if you watch the series Them, when a Negro was in the hot sun all day, and he was picking up all the plants. Picking up all the fruit that fell on the ground, and he was sharing it with the other slaves basically. And then when the slave master caught him, he was like, Massa. Massa just means oppressor in Hebrew. He was like, Massa, I didn't pick the fruit off the trees to eat. I only got the ones off the ground. And basically the master was like, the slave owner, he was basically saying everything on this plantation of mine, and took off 2 of his fingers basically. You see what I'm saying? But in our kingdom, we're going to eat the fruit of, we're We're not gonna plant and another eat the fruit thereof. And that was a curse that was put on us. But it says, and they shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass, and this is the point, and it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. And that's beautiful, because that shows that Yahweh Shem Shai is going to be with us always, and he's going to meet us at every thought. And, wisdom is meeting us at every thought now. But we're going to actually have Yahweh Shai physically being there with us and for us, and coming through for us, and being able to talk to Yahweh Shai like how we talk to our brothers, and being able to, to worship the Lord right there while he's standing in front of us, and just, be one with our power, be one with our Lord. Verse 24 again, and it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock. Right, the animal's not going to even be attacking each other. The animal's going to be at rest. The tree's going to be at rest, But it says the wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock. Right, the lion going to be eating straw like a goat. Ain't going to be running around trying to, kill the other animals. And it said, and dust shall be the serpent's meat, and they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountains, said the Lord. Right, so these devils ain't going to have nothing, man. Twofold. These devils ain't going to have anything. They're going to fall into the pit, and they're not going to be able to come into the Lord's gates. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to be able to inhabit, only time they're going to be coming to the holy city is to work and build up those walls, man, ultimately. And they ain't going to be able to enjoy, the work of their hands like how we going to enjoy the work of our hands. And, that's beautiful. What it says, next precept. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, starting at verse 54. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Right, so the mortal is going to put on immortality. We never going to be able to die again. We never going to go off again. I can, Lord willing, imagine myself in the farthest, the farthest parts of the galaxy, where there's a planet that's just, dark. And got that little, it's a picture in my mind. It's a dark planet, but it's like the beach at nighttime, but it got the light of the moon, and the moon on that planet will be like dark, like a dark blue. And I can just chill on the beach, you know what I'm saying? And just go to sleep, and ain't got to worry about drowning or no animal coming up and trying to bite you, and just go to sleep and enjoy it. And there's going to be billions of galaxies to choose from. So every day is going to be something new to explore in the Lord's kingdom. He said, I go to prepare a place for you, and it also says, in my Father's house are many mansions. So that goes into all those planets and galaxies and universes that the Lord got prepared, waiting for us. The same universes that was made from the beginning by the Lord and the powers of heaven, the angels of heaven, the 144,000 that was with the Lord from the foundation of the earth, from the beginning. But it says, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Verse 55, O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? So right, man, we're not going to suffer the sting of death, but the heathen will. You see what I'm saying? They still going to be done. Esau, after 1,000 years, he ain't, he just going to be off the earth. Esau, he ain't going to have no son or nephew, to bring him back on the earth. They're going to be Obadiah 1:18. Verse 56, the sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. So right, sin bringeth forth death, and we're going to have the law, statutes, and commandments written in us, so we never going to be able to die again. And that's beautiful. Verse 57, but thanks be to Yahweh, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Verse 56 again, but sting of this Salakia. I'm tired. The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. Right? So, but the point was that it says, but thanks be to Yahweh, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, right? And not the law. You see what I'm saying? You got some people out there, IUIC, they want to be basically justified by the law. And Zakari want to be justified by the law. And they not even the only ones. So there's a lot of brothers out there, that try to be righteous, but still boast in the law unknowingly or whatever the case may be. But we're not going to get the victory through the law. We're going to get the victory through Yahushua HaMashiach. That the blood of the Lamb, that was slain without blemish, Verse 58, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the works of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. So, right, our labor is not in vain. So that's we're going to keep going. We're going to occupy until the Lord come. This is our main job before the plantation that's set up here, where rest is not allowed. This is our main job. This is how we put on that immortality through Yahushua Mashiach, through the words that he set forth. We steadfast and unmovable. No matter what they say, they can't take our faith away. They can't take this word from us. So they doing whatever they can, setting up vocab alone. He won't answer not one question, but he always throwing out questions. But every time you ask him a question, he just it go over his head, or he just don't want to answer it because he's set up to basically lead as many people back to Christianity as he can and try to stop this movement. But he can't stop this movement because what? The Lord have given us pastors according to his heart and not according to these theological cemetery schools where they teach that dead doctrine. But this is Revelation chapter 21 and verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven is Salakia. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there were no more sea. So right, man, this first heaven and this first earth is going to be passed away. You see what I'm saying? The earth going to wield forth its fruit in the next life. You see what I'm saying? Rest is going to be allowed. We're not going to have to worry about these devils inhabiting, the earth and trying to climb up to heaven. And you got that devil Hillary Clinton talking about how there's a million little cracks in the firmament. These devils trying to escape their judgment, but you can't leave. Nobody's been to the moon. You can't leave. You see what I'm saying? But the first heaven and the first earth will pass away, and the Lord's going to create a new heaven, and that beast that ascended out of the sea will be no more. The sea being the people. But it says, verse 2, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Yahweh out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned from her husband. Right, and that's just, that going to be coming out of these chariots, looking glorified. You see what I'm saying? Daniel 7 and 18, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. You see what I'm saying? Those fishes are going to be turned hunters, and they're going to be glorified. They're going to have a new name written that no man knew, just like Yahushua. You see what I'm saying? We're going to be in that glorified state. Verse 3, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with man, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Yahweh himself shall be with them and be their God. So right, man, the Lord going to be with us always. While what it says, while they are speaking, he will answer. You see what I'm saying? While we praying, he gonna already be there for us. What's that? That Isaiah 65 and verse 24. The Lord going to be answering us while we speaking. We're going to be talking to him as a father, like when you go to your father and you ask your father for something. That's how the Lord going to be there for us. That's how Yahweh going to be there for us. You're going to have our big brother Yahushua always with us. You see what I'm saying? Ruling. We're going to be able to, see him every day. Go talk to him every day or whatever the case may be. He's going to be teaching us, everything. He's going to be just constantly teaching us things. But it says, and Yahweh himself shall be with them and be their God. Verse 4, And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away, right? And this is what we long for, man. This is why we hasten the day of the Lord. This is why we pray that the vision will not tarry. You see what I'm saying? That's why we cry, how long, O Lord, holy and true? Because we want the Lord to, we want to be with the Lord, and we want to be one with our power again, and we want that rest to be allowed. In verse 5, and he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful, right? These words are true and faithful. The vision will not tarry. Do it tarry, wait for it, because, it will not tarry. The Lord, he got us. He gonna do what he said he gonna do. Verse 6, and he said unto me, It is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of water of life freely, right? So the Lord, he constantly giving us this water. And he said he gonna give to him that is thirsty of the fountain of water of life freely. So our cup gonna overflow, with blessings, with the blessings that the Lord gonna give us. Is our cup gonna overflow with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You see what I'm saying? To the point where we're gonna know all things, and we're gonna be able to see everything, and we're gonna watch it manifest in front of our eyes for a whole eternity with the Lord forever and ever. Verse 7, he that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son, man. So we need to overcome this devil beast system and the things that he coming with, his devices, his miracles. You see what I'm saying? His mark of the beast. We're gonna overcome all that, because we want to, what it says, but he that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. We want to be called sons of the Lord. Put on that righteousness, as a garment, to the point where we shining more and more into the perfect day. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 3, last precept. And it shall come to pass in that day, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. Right. So the Lord gonna give us rest from our sorrows. We're not gonna no longer be going through it no more. And from thy fear, the fear of these heathens ruling over us, the fear of these heathen, can't even let your children outside by themselves, because they might go missing, or whatever the case may be. You got to keep an eye on them, or whatever the case may be, because there's all type of goddamn devils just running around. Want to see somebody hurt, want to see somebody screaming in pain, and get off on that. Oh, goddamn Ted Bundy's. It says, from thy hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. Right, the Lord made us serve these devils. He made us, when Babylon was in power, we was the one building up Babylon. We was the one in captivity. When the Persian and Medes came, we was the one in captivity. When the Grecian Empire took over, Alexander the Great, Antiochus Epiphanes, Antipater, we was the one going through it. We was the Gentiles, the Greeks, the ones that was being Hellenized, in slavery. You see what I'm saying? The Roman captivity, we was the ones going through it in slavery. The 10 toes to set up NATO and the EU, we was the ones after the Renaissance period, when these devils came out to deceive the nation again for a short period of time. We was the ones going through it, this whole time. Not like them 1948ers over there, them Jewish motherfuckers trying to be us, whatever they went through for 4 years, however many years. You see what I'm saying? We was already going through it. You see what I'm saying? We was already going through it. So this, every captivity, Egypt, all these captivities, we was the ones going through it every time. What it says, and from thy fear and from the hard bondage whereas I was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased, and the golden city ceased? The Lord had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindrance. So, right, these devils going to be going through it now. They're going to be persecuted and they ain't going to be, nobody's going to come and save them. They ain't going to have no comforter. Verse 7, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing, right? So the earth is going to be at rest. The animals ain't going to be trying to commit suicide and beach themselves. We're going to be we're going to be in league with the animals, just like that movie Avatar, man. That was a good movie. The Way of the Water. They was in league with the animals. They was in league with the plants. You see what I'm saying? And that's how we going to be. The whole earth is going to be at rest and quiet. They're going to break forth into singing. Verse 8, yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. And feller means tree cutter. So even the trees going to rejoice. You see what I'm saying? Got the trees shooting out all that pollen. Ain't no female trees to catch it. You see what I'm saying? So now, when you walk outside, there ain't no fruit on the trees. Because it ain't no female trees. Because this damn sodomite, plant straight male trees. You see what I'm saying? The trees can't even make. Goddamn devil, boy. But it says, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. These devils will cut down all these trees, man. It says, verse 9, hell from beneath thee is moved to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the earth. All the kings of the nations. So, right, all the kings of these nations, you see what I'm saying? Hell is waiting to meet thee. You see what I'm saying? When you got somebody waiting on you, a Uber driver sitting there with their hand on their chin, that's how hell is waiting to meet all these nations and all. That's y'all got next. Y'all turn coming. To go through these curses and to build up. What it says, the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. You're gonna build up our walls, man. What it says, the wall had 12 gates with the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, and these heathen gonna build that wall. Just like we was building them pyramids. But come, man, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to say, call Halayim La, Alahayinawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Double honor to my elder as well, Ahar One, Beyonce Allah of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the 144,000 hopeful elect pushing the truth across the four winds and to the 1/3 rim, the believers on Yahweh Shai, Shalom, Shalom, DTA, Abba, Abba.